Alright guys, Hatchcomic again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. Cheating drama continues in the CDL last night. Hackers finally getting banned, it seems, from ranked play, but also Sib calling out Pred, the biggest sounder in the CDL. That's been a big question. The sound equalization, cranking up the mix amp to make sure you hear every single footstep on the map. Pred though says, hey, I'll expose everything in terms of my settings behind the scenes. No loudness equalization going on here. Are these accusations unfounded? Which players actually are doing it in the CDL? Was Pred only doing this because he was on a different account? Robots and Twitter, your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. First of all, this I thought was kind of fascinating. Only now, what, 11 days, 12 days, 10 days, whatever, until the start of the new CDL season. I think it's, what, the 6th of December we officially get underway. These are the games of the weekends. And to me, well, there are a few fascinating games, some of which are as follows. But I thought it was kind of remarkable how many votes are here for various matches, right? Because to me, I would expect, just on paper, without really thinking about it so much, but you'd expect the OpTic fans to come in large, right? I mean, obviously, OpTic versus Boston, that's a big game. They got 22% of the vote. My vote is for FaZe versus Toronto, because I think that's going to be an interesting game. How good FaZe are on this game, obviously, because they, played the K-Sun tournament recently, didn't win it, and, they came third in the end, and Toronto, they are, to me, the team that's most likely to contend with the top three, certainly in the early part of the year, I'd say. So, I voted for that one. That's last by a mile. In large part because the other teams that we're mentioning here have far bigger fan bases than I think many of this scene are ready for the upcoming season. Starting really with the Los Angeles Grillers, or Los Angeles Grillers Gentle Mate. Now this is what this used to look like here actually. And you guys can tell that the Las Vegas Falcons versus Carolina one was basically had no votes at all. But leading the way, basically when Toronto tweeted this, was Gorillas versus Minnesota, which is like, Gorillas, Minnesota, we serious? But it's not really Gorillas anymore. They're still LOG in name, unfortunately, but it's basically Gentle Mates. It's, Lynz, who is going to be crucial as the French SMG player for this roster, with obviously no HyDra anymore, with Kismet, with Skyz, and with Priestahh rounding out that team. Still not actually confirmed, but everyone knows what it's going to be. Gentle Mates, Gotaga's organization, massive fan base, and the fact that they were beating out in this number OpTic and FaZe and Toronto and all these other games was pretty mega. I think they are a mega fan base, and there is going to be some challenge to the Green Wall this season, I would say, from a fan base perspective. But as I say, the Falcons versus Ravens, that was last, and now it's first. So I don't know what happens, but it seems like the Falcons boys, they came in hard as well. So we have some fan bases on our hands this year in COD. Now, we're going to get into Pred in a couple of minutes. I did want to quickly mention this. Seems like Pred mentions that basically when Hacienda is in, a map will be gone straight away. I think that's the question as to when Hacienda arrives, whether the pros say, all right, we want to wait a bit to do testing here to see if Hacienda's any good, but the pros are so confident, I think, and I think for good reason, that Hacienda's going to be better than one of the maps we currently have, that as soon as Hassi arrives in the game in a couple of weeks' time, they're probably just going to drop it straight into the competitive map pool, and it seems like the CDL are open to that opportunity as well. So I think that's a good option. What they replace, red cards, I think probably red card is what goes. But yeah, and tweet your thoughts in the comments below on that. I will say on the hackers, finally they are doing something. I mean, it's not great, obviously, but they have done something at least. Some of these hackers are now getting banned. So they said the other day they'd ban 19,000 of them, but not really any of the top guys. Fortunately now, some of these top guys are now banned. I mean, this, for example, was a clip here from Dashy's stream. I mean, man, this guy is absolutely cracked. And this guy was number one. I think it was the guy that Nadeshot played the other day as well. But I mean, look, what are you going to do against a guy like this who can just shoot you, see you through the walls? I mean, look, Dashy's got a pretty good shot, but it's nothing like this guy who just comes around the corner, basically cameras him and then snaps him as well. So it's pretty shameless, as Dashy says. I think this guy did eventually get banned. I don't really understand how he wasn't banned before. I mean, it's like, how is it even possible for this guy to hack so blatantly? I mean, like, the aimbot is absurd. Not even using walls as the #1 player, but yeah, this guy can't be killed. Seems like, though, now they are starting to do something. As Gravity says, 9 cheaters banned so far as a result of his reports. So maybe Treyarch are actually stepping up to the plate here. I thought this was kind of funny, though. So Riot Games, they are offering anyone, any of you out there, $100,000 if you find any exploit in their anti-cheat system, which is called Vanguard. And, you know, it's very intrusive, Vanguard. It's been very controversial, but it is client-side, as in it goes onto your PC, it watches what you do, and what sort of things are on your PC, what's running, basically, and therefore it'll expose you if you're cheating. A lot of anti-cheat, such as COD's one, is, I think, server-side, so it watches what happens on the server, but it clearly doesn't watch especially well. So, yeah, Activision would probably run out of money in a couple of days if they did exactly this. And, yeah, a couple of points on GAs real quick, as Kenny says, any pros or homies in Dallas, hit him up for, you know, obviously Thanksgiving this week. But if you voted a GA the sniper, then, well, that does not count, it seems. And Scrappy says, as far as he's concerned, if you take the aim assist off the snipers, I'll put them back in myself. But people in the replies aren't so convinced that he really believes what he says on this one. And, you know, even if the aim assist was off the snipers this year, with the pros still be moaning about them, probably yes, just because we know the real reason why the pros try and GA stuff is not because they think it's necessarily better for the game, it's because they think it's better for their own team, and teams without good snipers. And even FaZe, it seems, voted snipers out as well, which might be surprising because Simp, we know, is incredible with the sniper. The issue is, you really want your sniper player to be an AR or at least a flex, because you need your two SMGs going in first, generally speaking, right? So for FaZe, they're not really going to use Simp on the sniper because they're going to have Simp and aBeZy running around with the SMGs, and you do need that aggression in search and destroy. So for FaZe, it's like, well, you know, there's no advantage necessarily for having snipers in because they're probably not going to use it. Cell or Drazah are not going to really be pulling it out. It can't be that strong either, can it, if, you know, neither of those two players are going to use it anyway. But for other teams, such as for OpTic with Dashy, maybe Beans on Toronto, stuff like this, there are other considerations because those players are ARs and therefore they will use it and still maintain the SMG presence on the map. So that's really why the teams make the calls that they do. I don't even think it has to do with aim assist on some level. But let's talk about this whole Pred drama versus Sib. We know these two guys used to team, of course, together on Seattle a couple of years ago. They could have even gone to OpTic together, potentially, right? That was a talk, wasn't it? That when they were forming the roster with Kenny last year, whether Sib could go there as well. I think many OpTic fans in hindsight are probably pretty happy that that didn't end up being the case. But yeah, Pred was playing some Charles, and Sib was in the call, and many other guys in the call, talking about, you know, sound EQ, sound equalization, loudness EQ, whatever. Now, we know that Pred definitely had his headset pretty cranked. I mean, he has his headset pretty cranked. He does get kind of slammed here, but yeah, from his perspective, this guy was lagging all over the shop. So yeah, what are you really going to do? Packet burst, baby. This is Black Ops 6, unfortunately. We know that Pred's mix amp settings are pretty cranked. He's talked about that before at length, and many other players as well. But to be fair, in terms of loudness equalization, he says he doesn't use it. Sib calls him out on it, and then he checks the settings.
Ah, that's what it is. Kremp has to put his EQ back on. There's like a timer when you have it on for 3 weeks.
You're running EQ, brother.
When you have it for, do you want me to go settings check right now? Alright, let's go.
Yeah, you're on a different PC.
Let's go. Display settings. Let's see if I'm running EQ. Sound settings.
You want this shit on, bro?
Sound settings. Let's see, guys. Sound settings. This is raw. This is a raw check.
I hope it's on.
I hope it's on. I hope it's actually on. Sound settings, pro voice, properties, enhancement, off. Off. Yeah.
Right, man, come on, man.
Yep. Clip that, chat. Clip that and send that to the galaxies, because this is mid-map. This is mid-map.
Oh my god, top shot.
Oh, wait, we're fucked. We're so fucked. We're so fucked. We're playing 3 top 250s I've never heard of. I need you, Spud. I'm actually adding him. I need Spud.
That guy #1?
And #1, I'll get off. Ghost?
Bro, the Hanser guy's #1.
Yeah,
Lord have mercy,
yeah,
bro.
We're about to get destroyed. We are about
12,
to get
#7,
destroyed.
and #1.
Oh, yeah, we're starting to get... Oh, no, no.
Yo, he got that shit on him.
Yo, nah, bro. We never had a chance. Oh, we're actually winning this shit.
Yo, this is impossible. I can't win. I can't win one.
Bro, he said, bro, he saw the life count. He said, nah, I'm gonna take matters.
I can't, bro. Tap pulled out a gun.
It's scary. Yeah, he's like, bro, he's in brawn mode right now, bro.
Yo,
bro, you got it. You got it.
Whoa.
You got it.
Yo.
This shit looks
Alright, now we can't move. We had a round where we can at least move a little, bro. How is this ghost guy so bad, bro? Like, the Hanser guy is actually...
Hanser is the, yeah, you got it. Is he the one that's number 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be that shameless. You have to be that shameless.
It has to be him.
It's impossible.
Bro, this guy's probably still getting 300 SR a game, bro. Game just thinks he's God.
So Pred goes in for the checks and he proves, yeah, he's not got it on. Maybe some other players out there do use it on and have it on or whatever, but yeah, loudness equalization is not on in the settings, and, you know, this is the setting that the CDL needs to find a way to, you know, lock on or disable or whatever when it comes to official CDL games, but Pred's not got it on here. Do other players use it? Have they used it? Yes. Will they use it again? Probably also yes, but tweet your thoughts in the comment section. I just thought it was kind of funny really between that old duo there. But before we close out the video, a couple of things on Kenny. They also have the data for other players, Scythe and the guys at FaZe Codmuse. Crazy stuff actually. Now we saw the other day that Kenny was getting slammed against accuracy, which is still remarkable. But these are the players that were having a hard time against Kenny last season. Against Clay, he had a 1.38. So yeah, it seems like in general the ARs for that team on Ravens kind of fascinating actually, because every single Ravens player is on this list. Either Kenny slammed them on a 1v1 gunfight level, as he did with Clay and Fellow, the ARs, but from an SMG side, Kenny had a hard time, a 0.77 against Gwinn, a 0.84 against TJ, so yeah, very rare you're going to see something like that. And against Priestahh as well, even on the Boston team, he had a 0.73 against him. So yeah, kind of remarkable to see that Kenny, there were some individual matchups this season that he had a really hard time against. Scrappy, another, a 0.68. And accuracy, his father in many ways, not only his codfather, who kind of brought him into the league back on Team Caliber in the day, but also just, it seems, on his final career as a player, or final year of his career as a player, on accuracy, a 0.6 Kenny had against him, kind of crazy. But there were players that Kenny crushed, Clay being one, Fellow being another, Kismet being another on a massive sample size actually. I thought was pretty impressive and interesting as well that yeah, Kenny played Kiz a lot this year. OpTic versus Subline is 177 to 136 for 1.3. Royale, Vickle in the mix as well. And the Heretics, of course, also a team that Kenny and OpTic had a rather good time against. I did think it was funny though, right? Because obviously Accuracy's in the replies and says, wow, you really are my son. But Kenny's like, look, hold your horses, sunshine. Not so much. If you click on this link, it takes you to this moment here this season on Karachi, where Kenny absolutely sams Accuracy. So thought that was pretty funny. That was the opening weekends of the entire season. Accuracy was like, oh, damn, like you got me. I knew this one was coming. There was also this, by the way. Kenny's played a lot of tournaments now in his career. These are his highest ever tournament KDs. Many of these tournaments, of course, he won. Famously, his champs win 2022 had a 1.1, which is actually significantly down the list. I'm very impressed by these numbers, actually, from Kenny, to be fair, because, you know, they're all pretty damn consistent in terms of when he plays well at a tournament, this is what you're going to tend to see. So Fort Worth 2019, interesting event, actually, at a 1.2 that event. They didn't win it, though. Anaheim 2018, they didn't win that one either. Stage 1 playoffs 2018, they didn't win that one either, but he was super good in that rookie year. And it's also impressive to see a number of champs on here, right? I think that's the more impressive thing to me, is that, yeah, a few of these events he did go on to win, and he was in grand finals and multiple world championships, and potentially Kenny could be a full-time world championship winner. 2018 was definitely a possibility there as well, and of course 2019 was also in the grand finals then. But yeah, the fact that Kenny has been to, you know, obviously a fair few world championships since 2018, but he's been, you know, he's had these type of KDs in 5 of them on his top performances, I thought was pretty commendable, especially because one of these he didn't even, you know, obviously his win in 2024, he didn't need to drop great numbers because he had a phenomenal team around him as well. But very much interested in your thoughts on all of this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.